Welcome back everyone, and this time to 2007, the year that followed the greatest game ever when Barney won the PDC title v Phil Taylor. It would follow on to be a hugely important year in PDC history, and one where Taylor didn't have it all his own way. From new announcements and new champions, 2007 was a year to remember. Remember, bosh the like button and let me know in the comments what year you'd like to see next. We start the year with huge news for the future of darts, as 3 more Dutch maestros follow Barney in joining the PDC. Reigning BDO World Champ Jelle Claassen, Vincent van der Voort and young superstar Michael van Gerwen all jump to the PDC, a huge blow for the BDO. Their World Championships brought about some classic moments however, as Trina Gulliver won yet another world title against Francis Huntelaar in a deciding leg, and if that drama wasn't enough, then the men served up a classic too. Martin Adams had flown into a 6-0 lead in a first to 7, only for Phil Nixon to roar back and somehow find himself level at 6-6. Adams did hold his nerve to finally win his first world title.
Does he need one? He does! That's it!
Martin Adams!
Martin Adams! The world number 1!
Not long after though, it was Mervyn King's turn to move to the PDC, and with all their biggest stars leaving, it was surely only a matter of time before the BDO would be no more. And so to February and the Masters of Darts, and a 17-year-old Michael van Gerwen versus Dutch legend Raymond van Barneveld, where history was made. Barney would get the win however despite that 9-darter, before going on to beat Peter Manley in the final to follow up his world title win. A good start to the year for Barney. And so to 2 huge announcements for the PDC. First, the introduction of a new Grand Slam of Darts later in the year to be broadcast on ITV for the first time. And the switch from the glorious Circus Tavern to the new host of the World Championships, Alexandra Palace. The final iteration of the International Darts League following the Grand Slam of Darts announcement would see Gary Anderson beat Mark Webster in his first big TV win. A breakout year for Anderson with more success to come.
Die ruimte gekregen die hij in de andere partij wel had. Die ruime voorsprong heeft hij nooit gehad vanavond.
On to the US Open and a chance for Taylor to get some revenge on Barney as he overcame the Dutchman to win the title. Taylor's first TV title of the year, and he followed that up by winning the Premier League a week later, defeating unlucky Terry Jenkins in the final. Could Taylor keep that form up? Well, no, as he ran into Barneveld in the UK Open, and for the second year in a row, Barneveld knocked him out on his way to the final. This time in a one-sided 11-4 win, Barneveld would go on to beat compatriot Vincent van der Voort in the final to defend his UK Open title.
Yeah, wants to kiss it! Barney retains his title! Here in the rematch! It's found to lay against his companion!
Barneveld would then follow that up by winning the Las Vegas Desert Open Classic versus Terry Jenkins. It was a brilliant 6 months for Barneveld.
Barney clinches the match with a brilliant performance in average.
Off to the match play next and Taylor's Fortress, and it looked like staying that way as he battered Roland Sholton 16-1 in the quarter-final, a record that stands today as the largest victory margin ever. But Terry Jenkins had other ideas as he was supreme on his doubling in beating Taylor in the semi-finals to set up a final v rising star James Wade.
His life. Double 12 for the ball. The power has been switched off in Blackpool by a brilliant Terry Jenkins.
Jenkins' final woes would continue however, as James Wade stormed to a comfortable victory.
James Wade picks it off, and we have a thrilling new young star in the goal.
He held Taylor to 2/3 and was beaten.
Gary Anderson would follow up his Darts League title by winning the World Darts Trophy, and this time by beating Phil Taylor in the final. If you hadn't have heard of Gary Anderson before, you certainly had by now.
Beautifully, the treble 14 with the second dart, then double 16. Gary Anderson has beaten Phil Taylor in the... So marvellous scenes and memorable moments for this
Next up was the Grand Prix, and one of the biggest shocks of all time as Taylor went out in the first round to Adrian Gray.
He wants 2 14s. He's got the perfect line to bounce it in the side. 7,
Barneveld also going out in the semi-final, it meant another final of James Wade and Terry Jenkins. Sadly for Jenkins, he just couldn't get the better of Wade as he won his second major of the season. Up next, and the aforementioned Grand Slam, and with it being a new tournament, there was really only one winner as Taylor returns to form and winning ways by lifting the trophy, beating Andy Hamilton in the final. The tournament was a huge success with the BDO and PDC players playing alongside each other and continues to this day.
Slam of darts. He's won it by 18 to 11. Terrific match.
And so to the World Championships. With all this talent joining the PDC, it meant some interesting draws, not least Michael Van Gerwen versus Phil Taylor in the first round, and what a game. Van Gerwen would miss match darts to knock Taylor out, and despite Taylor coming through in sudden death, 2007 Taylor was not prime Taylor, and he was by no means the force he had been. And that would show in the quarter-final. Taylor did go into a 3-0 lead v Mardle, only for Mardle to get back to 3-3, and it was game on. This one would also go all the way, and after Taylor missed double 16 to go 5-4 up in the last set, Mardle took it out and then threw for the match in the next leg. He took out tops to make the semi-finals, where he would face qualifier Kirk Shepherd. John Part would make the final after getting the better of Kevin Painter in the semis, and against all odds, it was Shepherd who made the final, beating an under-par Mardle for one of the most unlikely finals. In truth, the 2008 World Championships was one to forget in terms of averages and is often billed as one of the worst World Championships for quality, but it had plenty of drama en route to this final. Sadly, the final didn't live up to the billing as Part raced to a 4-0 lead. Shepherd did take out this brilliant 160 for 6-2.
It does. The red bit needed. What a shot this'll be! Top! He comes back in incredible style!
But it was too little, too late, as Part hit double 10 for his third world title. A remarkable year with many different winners. What was your favourite moment? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.